Thomas, what more you're picking up from this ruling?
So we expect that the full ruling will be made available on the 6th of February. That is what the presiding judge, Justice Gabriel Scott Powerman, has just put out. But those of you who are just joining us, the big news coming in from right behind me, the Supreme Court, is that the Supreme Court has, in a majority decision, 4-1, Justice Gabriel Scott Powerman dissenting, has annulled the Tamale High Court decision that annulled also the election of Matthew Nyindam to be Member of Parliament for Panda. You will recall that last year, the High Court in Tamale annulled the election because of certain irregularities is said to have determined. The NPP rushed to the Supreme Court and raised issues of jurisdiction. They said that the timing of the filing of the suit was in excess of the 21 days that is prescribed by law. And so the High Court in Tamale did not have jurisdiction to hear that matter. And the court, presided over by Justice Gabriel Scott Powerman, today has delivered its judgment. The panel, Justice Gabriel Scott Powerman, like I said, Justice Amadou Omoru Tanko, Justice Johnny Kulendi, Samuel Kwame Adibosiedu, and Henry Kofi. At the end of the day, the 5 judges could not agree on this matter, and so it was a split 4-1 decision majority, I should say, with Justice Gabriel Scott Powerman dissenting and actually holding that the High Court judgment that annulled the election of Matthew Nyindam should actually be upheld, while the 4 other justices, Justice Amadou Omoru Tanko, Johnny Kulendi, Samuel Kwame Adibosiedu, and Henry Kofi disagreed, quashing the judgment of the High Court in this matter. Very soon we will see lawyers of the both parties, NDC and NPP officials who have all come to court, coming out. We do not know the full reason for which reason the court has come to this conclusion. But as I've mentioned at the top of this introduction and this presentation, the Supreme Court says on the 6th of February, the full reasoned judgment of the court will be published. And so all that is left to be done is for Matthew Nyindam and his lawyers to take the documents of the court and serve it on Parliament. And on the 3rd of February, that is next week Tuesday, when Parliament resumes, Matthew Nyindam can then walk in as a Member of Parliament because his election to Parliament has now just been affirmed by the Supreme Court, which has quashed the order of the Tamale High Court in this matter, Mamesi.
What does this mean moving forward for Matthew Nyindam?
Ultimately, this is, for Matthew Nyindam, not much changes because it means that he can continue to serve as a Member of Parliament. And what will have to be done is for the lawyers to draw down the judgment of the court, the orders, and serve it on the Clerk of Parliament. The Clerk of Parliament will ultimately, restore the name of Matthew Nyindam as a Member of Parliament for Pandai. And then the rerun that had been planned by the Electoral Commission will now not happen. So the status quo ante prior to the judgment of the Tamale High Court is going to stand. That is, Matthew Nyindam will continue to hold himself out as a Member of Parliament because his election has just been affirmed on this technical ground, particularly having to do with the timing of the period that this application was filed by the NDC's parliamentary candidate, Daniel Nsala Wakwao, who himself was in court. So any moment from now, we expect that the parties, the members of Parliament and other people who are all coming here will all come out. We'll get some interviews, some understanding of what they make of this. Obviously, for the New Patriotic Party, this is a lot of joy for them. This is, for them, a lot of excitement because they've been ultimately gotten what they want. In fact, before the judgment came, Jerry Ahmed Shaib, the deputy minority whip, was in the chamber, was rubbing his palm. The judge said, why is he behaving like some penalty is about to be taken? And so let's get down there pretty shortly and speak to some of the people that are coming out now, then the National Democratic Congress. Honorable Roxanne, okay. So pretty shortly we'll speak to Honorable Roxanne Nelson, the Paul Tanko Rashid Computer of the NDC, and get some understanding of what they make of this judgment pretty shortly. They say they want to wait the lawyers first.
Is to the effect that the decision of the Tamale High Court, the Commercial Division, decided by Justice Brew, I believe, be quashed by a 4-1 decision. Now, as a party, we are aggrieved by this decision, and therefore we will advise our candidate in the matter regarding the next step to take. But the court is a court of equity and of law. We should be interested in the Gazette notification published by the Assembly Press under the authority of the Electoral Commission that was brought to Parliament, for which people like me were sworn in. That cannot be a gazette that will be discounted by the court, because it's a public document. The NPP cannot benefit from that gazette notification and come to court and say that that is not the proper document. You see, the NPP, when the Tamale court gave their decision in our favor, they called the court a kangaroo court. Today, when they got the court decision in their favor, they are singing the praises of the court. But we are law-abiding. We want to urge our teaming supporters, both here and in Pandai, to remain calm. This is not the end. This matter is not the end. The ruling of the court will be filed according to the court's own decision by the 6th of February. When we obtain the ruling, and that's the certified true copy, and we study it, we advise ourselves. There's a review option. So this matter is not ended. It's not ended. It's not ended.
Thank you very much.
Shouldn't think that it is over. The NPP shouldn't think that it is over. It is not over.
Right. Thank you very much. So that is Roxanne Nelson, the Femco. They're talking to us about what they made about this. And pretty shortly we are going to talk to the New Patriotic Party lawyers who are all here singing and enjoying that this judgment has ultimately gone in their favor. You see that Daniel Nsala Wakao leaving. So pretty shortly we will also go to the NPP and speak to
some representative of General Secretary of the party, Justin Kumbuya. The decision of the Tamale High Court, which means that
the Honorable Nyindam.
No. Let's say congratulations.
Congratulations, Honorable Nyindam. This definitely.
We have a spokesperson who speak on our behalf. But all that I want to hear from you is congratulations. I'm just ready to
But where's the news we have?
Has quashed the judgment of the High Court that annulled the election of Matthew Nyindam. MPP here basking in this and asking for some congratulations to the Member of Parliament, for the Member of Parliament who really is going to be basking in this matter. So pretty shortly we'll hear to Gary, congratulations to you and the team. What do you make of this 4-1 emphatic decision of
Thank you very much. I think that the Supreme Court has spoken emphatically that the decision of the Tamale High Court was made without jurisdiction, and so the court has quashed it and is hereby quashed. So Honorable Nyindam still remains the MP of the people of Pandai. So we call it still maintained. Thank you very much.
The majority in Parliament say that they would consider the option of a review. They say they disagree with the decision.
If you come to court and you have 4-1 decision, you can come up review. Review, they will add 2. Therefore, we will change your position.
But now you've gotten a favorable judgment and you are singing praises in the Supreme Court.
You see, when you come to court and a decision goes whether one way or the other, you take a legal route. One way there's a party. You took a legal route, and the court has said us. So that should be it. Thank you.
How do you feel about this?
Well, first of all, let me say thank you to.
After this fufu and pepper soup, I will score goals like the dash points.
And to also thank my lawyers, and also use this opportunity to thank the Supreme Court judges for the ruling
because it's clear that the people wanted to change the will of the people of Pandai, but the Supreme Court has affirmed the will of the people, and I'm most grateful to them. I also want to thank the party from the head to the bottom, that is national, regional, and the constituency, for the support they've given me. And the people of Pandai, I'm sure that when you are in Pandai today, you will see the joy of the people, because they voted for me and they expected me to serve them for the 4 years. I also want to thank His Excellency, the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, for the support he's given me throughout. I am most grateful. May God add several years to his current years. And I know by the will of God, he will serve this nation one day. I am very grateful.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me try a few the leaders who are here and try and get some understanding of what they make of this. Honorable, leader, the criticism is that, your leader held a press conference in Parliament. He had very strong words against the Tamale High Court judge, and now you have gotten this and you're happy, you are singing, you are chanting. So they say that the NPP has been hypocritical in this matter. When it suits you, you call the judges' names. Now you have a 4-1 and you say the court has done well.
Yeah, the most important thing is that the Supreme Court have given their ruling to the effect that Honorable Matthew Nyindam is still the legitimate member of Parliament for the good people of Pandai. That is the most important thing. Any the other optics are something that has happened. Definitely, if you don't get a favorite ruling from a court, you definitely have to disagree. And when we disagree, we did not attack the judge and we were sitting aloof. We actually went through the right process. Where we disagree, that is why we even filed a suit in the first place at the Supreme Court. And today, the highest court of the land have spoken, and they have spoken and they have quashed the ruling of the Tamale High Court and affirmed that Honorable Matthew Nyindam is the legitimate member of Parliament for the good people of Pandai. So we are very grateful and we are very happy.
Thank you. Honorable Derame Shaibi here was rubbing the fingers, the palms in court, so that one of the judges actually commented on that and said, did he feel like his team was going to take the last penalty? What was that about?
I think I was tensed, and against the backdrop that it's the law, and your views about the law is not the same as someone else's, so you cannot say it's sacrosanct. And hoping that, because sometimes we deal with issues based on politics. Sometimes what was expected is what we have come to see, and we are grateful to God and to all of them as well.
If the NDC say they are going to review, what do you talk about? Paul here says
anybody who understands mathematics and law would know that it's not an issue. It's dead on arrival. If it's review and it's 4-1, they may add only 2. So what? It's going to be 7. Is that correct? And 7. So assuming that the 2 are even going to join the one who dissented, it's 4-3. So it's moot. We should be a bit rational about something.
Thank you very much, Jerry Ahmed Saib. So the decision of the Supreme Court by 4-1 decision, Justice Brill's decision in Tamale has now been quashed by the court by a 4-1 decision. Justice Gabriel Scott Poorman, who presided, dissenting. That means that Matthew Nyindam, NPP's MP, elected on 7th January, he continues to go back to Parliament and take his seat. And so next week, Tuesday, when Parliament resumes, Matthew Nyindam will be a full member of Parliament with full rights. He will take his seat. There will be no rerun in Pandai, as the High Court had early on ordered, because just as the High Court has right now, the Supreme Court, I should say, has right now handed the decision down, the decision of the High Court in Tamale has been quashed, and Matthew Nyindam will continue to be an MP. We've heard from the NDC that say that they will consider their options, including the option of reviewing the decision of the Supreme Court. The NPP says that will be dead on arrival. They are happy, they are excited about the judgment, and ultimately they believe that justice has been done. My name is Kweku Asante from the Supreme Court. The big news for the New Patriotic Party, basking in all of this, they've gotten a major victory that maintains that slender minority that they have, but at least back in Parliament as a member of Parliament with full rights. Take it over, my Macy and team.